Hi everyone, this is Kavita with Wednesday Wisdom, and I want to talk to you about the midsummer funk. So it's something that I've heard some people talk about. It's really a pattern I'm seeing in myself and in some of my clients. So I thought if they're experiencing, there's others out there that are experiencing that as well. So what I'm gonna call the midsummer funk is when you are kind of feeling like it's in between summer and fall. You might be anticipating some fall activities. You may be feeling some tiredness, some fatigue. You may have finished a vacation or going on a vacation. Maybe you have a wedding coming up, baby shower, other types of travel, work trips. And it just tends to be, especially if you're in the northern hemisphere, hotter during the summer, and the energy is just different. And I've talked about before how working with the energy is beneficial instead of trying to push against it and change it. Now, what I don't mean is to just let everything go and go completely off track. That's not what I mean by working with the energy. What I mean is to sense that, oh, pay attention, be conscious, and sense this feeling of the midsummer funk and see how you can function differently with this knowledge. So if you're starting to feel this, how can you shake things up? How can you adapt to the energy of maybe more get-togethers, maybe more travel, of less of a routine, a little bit hotter, especially in some places it's been quite hot. How can you adapt to that and still move forward, stay on track, and work towards your goals? So I have a couple tips for you. Is one, of course, is first to recognize that this is happening and understand the patterns. Then I am going to encourage you to choose one thing to do differently. What is something that you do when you're on track that you would like to do right now and that you would like to start for sure? So one of the things that I like to do is I journal pretty much every day, and that can go off track with travel. And another thing I like to do is pick a card of the day, and I can't even tell you how many oracle card decks. I love doing that. And so I'm going to encourage you to pick maybe that if that's something you like to do. But what I did today, because I was feeling this, was I went into my stash of cards, and I keep a few on my desk and it keeps them away. I said, let me pick a new deck, or a deck that I haven't used in a while, really, that feels exciting, fun, new, to kind of spice things up, jazz it up, so that I'm excited to use it. So that's what I did. So I went in and I picked a deck of cards that I have used in the past that maybe haven't used in a while, and I'm using that for my part of my practice to stay connected, grounded, aligned with spirit. So what can you do? Maybe you can go out and buy a pretty new journal if you like to journal. If you like to exercise to move energy, which actually is really good, especially if you, it's very effective if you set the intention to move the energy in your body, because energy of emotions do stay in your body. You can try something new, or maybe go back to something that you've done in the past that you're excited about. And there's lots of resources now that you can use to find a discount on those classes to try them. A lot of places have an introductory client or a returning client way to go back. And so one of the things I love to do is take bar classes. And so I know my bar studio has some new client specials. I've taken Pilates in the past. I do spin, all kinds of things. So I'm going to encourage you to just shake things up a little bit. Try something different to take you out of the midsummer funk. So if despite all this, you need help and know that you need to make major changes in your life and don't know where to begin, that's where I can come in. So I'm going to encourage you to apply for a spot for a clarity session in August. And we can see what's not working, what are things you need to change in your life, and we'll do some coaching. And then at the end, we'll talk about if working together is a good fit. I will put a link to that application in the comments of this video. I look forward to connecting with you next week for Wednesday Wisdom. Have a great week.